Square Enix. Dissidia Duodecim.
Cosmos, the goddess of harmony. Chaos, god of discord. Two divine powers locked in an endless struggle, each seeking to reign supreme. Long has the world played stage to their violent conflict. Now at peace, now teetering on the verge of annihilation. But never for a moment striking a balance between the two. The scars of war run deep across the realm, and still these battles rage on. A tempest the eons cannot quell. However,
Alright, welcome back. So now we can finally start playing the actual game instead of just Prologus. So, we're going to be doing the prologue and the first chapter of the game, which both have Lightning as our protagonist. Gotta get through Lightning's story before we can get to the cool characters. And then we gotta get through Vaughn's story.
Between harmony and discord.
Besides Lightning and Vaughn, I like the other characters. The other characters are cool. I do not really like playing as Lightning or Vaughn.
Our brave souls summoned for that.
But anyway, if I didn't explain this in the first video, Prologus,
champions.
This is a story about the war between Chaos and Cosmos and their champions. Heroes and villains from across the Final Fantasy history.
These warriors from afar are helpless but to do as bid, waging battle after endless battle for the gods who called them here, granted neither respite nor reprieve.
You'd think the warriors of Cosmos would get a little bit of respite or reprieve. I mean, she's supposed to be the good one, right?
Relying on what
I can understand Chaos being a slave driver, who's voiced by Keith David! Oh my god, that's cool!
And for a chance to
Keith David is voicing Chaos!
To the worlds they
oh, man. I'm getting so giddy over this game.
What they cannot know is that they
mainly because, you know, I don't know.
This war is
I don't know
one
why I'm
without
just
him.
freaking out so much
And
over
it's their
over this
fate to
game,
serve
but
forever,
I like it a
until
lot.
at
I like a
last
lot of these characters, and I like a lot of the voice actors. I like the story because it's just because it's like a big dumb war between good and evil. So let's go ahead and check in on the Warriors of Cosmos. Oh
Hey,
crap! It's Vaughn.
You figure they all made it to Cosmos by now?
Hey, Tifa! Tifa's
I
cool.
guess they could have. You must be tired, huh?
Tifa's really cool. I like Tifa. One of my favorite monks in the series. And hey, look, it's Laguna.
Yeah.
He was a character in Final Fantasy
Could've
VIII.
sworn this was the quick route.
I like Laguna because he uses a gun.
Guess not.
Well,
And it's
it can't
Yuna!
be that much further
Everybody's
from here.
favorite doormat.
I think I've seen this place before.
She is dumb as a doornail in
See
Final
that?
Fantasy
Yuna
X.
knows what's up. We went a little out of our way, but we're still on track. No need to complain.
Put on a shirt.
You ought to let them know what you're really.
That little vest thing is not enough.
Lightning. Time to
I know that voice. It's Kane.
Who's sulking?
You are. Yeah, look at Kane.
At Laguna not
Look at Kane looking all cool.
might well never have made it
Oh.
this far. Perhaps his words were mostly false, but even so, they moved us, and that's why we're
Why
here.
would you not let Kane lead our
Thanks
group?
for the refresher.
He's the coolest one. Nothing against Tifa, Laguna, or Yuna, but Kane is bar none the coolest and the best of this group.
Who knows?
By the way, this is the group that Duodecim focuses
I
on.
want.
Lightning, Kane,
Intend to
Vaughn,
win this
Tifa, Yuna, and
I
Laguna.
win, and I get my memory back.
These are the main characters,
I
people.
get to go back home.
Oh, I didn't mention this in the last
keep telling
update
myself
of what
that,
I'm going to be doing.
just like
This is more or
everyone
less a New Game Plus run, considering a lot of my characters are super
know,
over-leveled.
Now that I've
Especially
been
the
a while,
original cast from the first Dissidia game.
sometimes I
But what I'm going to be doing is playing through the
Who
story
knows, we get to
missions
go back
and
home
also
at all.
doing a few of the reports
might
that you
be
get
that
from
winning
beating the
won't
missions,
change a thing.
from beating the story missions, I should
just-
say.
I can't help but wonder.
Reason I'm using all my characters at super
What's
high
this?
levels is
Is it really
I played a
possible
ton
our
of this
things
game when
as
it first
human
came
as the
out,
rest of us?
and also this helps expedite a
Look,
lot of
we've all got our
fights.
worries, but we're trying to do what
I'll
we
try to
can.
make it look cool at least.
You gonna lead us now? Or are you leaving that up to me?
Anything but
No,
that.
leave it to Laguna. Laguna's
Don't
better.
sweat it. We'll figure something out.
At the very
As
least,
long as we
Laguna
stay
is
alive,
fucking
things are bound to
civil
work out,
and
right?
is, you know,
I
upbeat.
trust our once wayward guide. He speaks from experience.
Thanks.
Shall we then? Relax. Our battle will not be ended so easily.
I don't see Jecht anywhere. He was in Prologus. Where is he now? Why is he not with this group? Who knows? Maybe he's off kicking his son's ass. That'd be cool. So here's one of the main draws. Well, here's one of the main things that Duodecim did different from the original Dissidia, to my memory. It gives you this big open, I say open, it gives you this big world map where you can kind of walk around and smash little crystal to get more power-ups for upcoming battles. Yeah, this world map does really nothing for me. You can go to shops, you can talk to other characters in your party. You can get in random fights here. I believe you can get in random fights. But basically you're trying to get to gates to get to the dungeons proper. Oh my god, I hit Yuna. Yeah, Cosmos is certainly the more chilled out god between her and Chaos. I guess Spiritus and Materia, the gods from the arcade version of Dissidia, are kind of like the replacements for Chaos and Cosmos. They both look goofy. I don't know why you couldn't just keep Chaos and Cosmos, but whatever. Yeah, I mentioned this in Prologus. There is a bit of this, of just text boxes going on, but this game has a lot more voice acting. a lot more voice acting scenes and story bits. Because it is a Final Fantasy story. And I gotta say, I mentioned this before, but this game looks really good. This isn't a Vita game. This is a PSP game. And I think it looks pretty good, all things considered. And the music is just great. Oh, it's just so soothing. And it's got all your favorites. It's got Dancing Mad, it's got Battle on the Big Bridge, One Winged Angel, friggin' Otherworld. It's got the original Final Fantasy theme song, and it's got a bunch of new songs too. It's great. Oh, it's just good. I like it. So here's basically the meat of the gameplay. You kind of get on this big old chessboard looking thing, collect treasure, talk to your teammates, fight soldiers of chaos. And you can get various bonuses either from tackling opponents who are far stronger than you, or fighting a bunch of enemies in a row. You know. Now, we're not going to see anybody who's a lot stronger than us for a while, until we move on to, like, the end game optional stuff. Like, I think, like, epilogue stories are naturally a little bit more higher level than than our characters' stories. The epilogue for the original Dissidia has some enemies who are far over-leveled than you, even if you're at level 99. We'll get to that later on. But for right now, we're gonna be quite overpowered, as you'll soon see. So, we might not see any EX modes for a while unless I just decide to kind of play with my enemies for a bit. Don't lump me in with Laguna. You're right, Laguna's a way cooler character than you, Lightning. I am being... You know what? I was going to say needlessly harsh on Lightning, but no, I think I'm being very reasonably harsh. Lightning is just a boring character. There, I said it. She's a very boring character, like her video game. Sure, it looks pretty, it sounds nice, but the substance, leaves a lot to be desired. It's just long, arduous, and boring. It looks a lot like the previous games, but it lacks a certain magic. Although it does have some fans, who I will not begrudge.
We've arrived.
The others must be here already. Let's go.
Hope they didn't get tired of waiting.
Put a shirt on and stop doing those poses. It's creepy.
You know?
Let's hope they see it that way.
Come on.
They were almost going to put Noctis in this game, but I forget the reason why. But Noctis would have been super cool. Although, it would have been super outdated for Noctis to be in this game because he would be the representative of Final Fantasy Versus 13. Who knows? Maybe Noctis might make an appearance in the Dissidia arcade game. Oh, so he will. Because apparently they touched on this on Siliconera. Noctis will come to Dissidia Final Fantasy after FF15. Okay. Hey, it's Cosmos. Look at all the cool characters! There's Furion and Bartz and Cecil. And look, there's Jack, there he is, and there's the Onion Knight. And look, there's Squall, and there's the Warrior of Light. Oh, all the warriors. All the cool characters, and Lightning and Vaughn. Bye, Cosmos. Oh, I get so excited seeing some of these beloved characters.
You must defeat the god of discord, stop chaos, and end this conflict.
Well, spoiler alert, considering this game is a prequel to the original Dissidia, I'm gonna say we don't do
Cosmos,
that.
the goddess of harmony, imbued us with the power she said we would need in order to fight chaos. What she gave us was something we had no way of using on our own.
Wouldn't be the first time Lightning got involved with a
Rest
goddess.
inside us, awaiting the proper catalyst.
Or became one.
According to her, it was a strength that would be tempered through battle, by our own wills, and would eventually coalesce to form a crystal. As she told it, that crystal would then grant us, her soldiers, power to rival that of the gods themselves. So simple as that. Fight the armies of chaos, collect your crystal, and go take down the god of discord.
You know, that sounds cool and all, but have you seen the forces of
That was
chaos?
the plan.
They got some really strong fighters there.
Battle once again.
And they got Cloud and Terra. And I guess Titus is there.
What we found when we
Titus.
got
Titus,
there
Titus.
was something else.
I'll get
entirely.
onto that later.
Opposition of a form we never could have expected.
So now we actually get into the combat, which, if you saw the Prologus video, this is going to be kind of a lot quicker, considering Lightning is at level 40, as compared to, and is far more over-leveled than the opponents here, than she was in Prologus. So, Lightning's playstyle is based on paradigms from Final Fantasy XIII. She has the three main paradigms that she's best equipped for: Commando, Ravager, Medic. Commando focuses on physical attacks, Ravager uses magic attacks, and Medic focuses on healing your bravery. So, yeah, that's more or less all you need to know. And she uses her gunblade. And yeah, this fight's quick. I kind of already mentioned how the game plays, so HP attacks, more or less I can kind of get one-hit kills. So get used to hearing this line.
I did what I had to do.
Yeah, she'll be saying that a lot. But look, little fat chocobo. For those of you who don't know, that little chocobo is not just a loading icon. It's for a thing called a play plan, which you pick out what kind of play plan you want. Do you want to focus more on experience or treasure or some other such thing? And the more you play, it'll give you more items. So I went with the fat chocobo because it gives you really cool experience boosting items. And that's how I maxed out a lot of my characters. See, this would be a tutorial for a fight that's way too above you. But since I'm at level 40 and this guy's at level 6, yeah, no. Yeah, no, this is pretty easy. But hey, I leveled up.
I did what I had to do.
You get about as much experience as much damage you do. So, the more bravery points that you have accumulated into an HP attack, the better XP boost that you'll get. And using Chocobo-related items will also boost that experience that you get.
This'll be.
Yes, it will be. I figured I'd try using Ravager. Just try hitting her with a few fire spells. It doesn't really change up your HP attacks. It kind of changes up your bravery attacks, sort of. But again, I'm over-leveled, so I don't really need to focus on this. I don't really need to really care about which paradigm I'm using. So, I mentioned in the last update, I'm pretty much doing this just because I want to do something Final Fantasy related, because FF15 comes out the 29th, I believe, in the US. And that's going to be awesome. You know, I want to do something Final Fantasy related to kind of get hyped for the new upcoming Final Fantasy game. Because, you know, after episode Duskgate, I'm pretty psyched for FF15. I've been playing World of Final Fantasy a lot, and I love that game. It's great. I'm going to do a series on that a little later on. Probably, you know, toward... I'll probably do that a little further down the line. Maybe after I finish Valkyria Chronicles or P4G or this or Odin Sphere, somewhere down the line. I'll touch on that. So that'll be another cool little Final Fantasy thing I'll do. Because I like that game. It's really fun. It's really lighthearted. It's kind of the opposite of this, where this is sort of taking itself a little too seriously, and World of Final Fantasy just kind of just makes jokes about itself and doesn't really care. Where World of Final Fantasy has a lot more levity to it, where compared to the amount of seriousness that this and FF15 probably have. Because it's nice to have a little bit of levity. I think I'll do a series on World of Final Fantasy whenever I platinum that game. Or a little later after that. I feel that's a good policy. Once I feel like I've sort of mastered it a little bit, then I can do a Let's Play. Same way I'm going to handle Persona 5 whenever that finally comes into the States. I want to play as Tifa or someone else. But no, Dissidia Duodecim is going to make you play as Lightning and Vaughn first. So, I've already said my piece. Those two characters I do not like, you know. I don't like Final Fantasy 13 or its main protagonist at all because I think they're boring and the game is boring. I don't like... Well, I love Final Fantasy 12, you know, it's one of my favorite Final Fantasies, but I do not like Vaughn. But I'll get more into that on the next update, whenever we start playing Vaughn's story. I'll get into my reasons for not liking Vaughn. Oh, just look at him in his stupid little vest. Those little light spheres that you've been smashing up give you bonuses that you can use while you're on that little chessboard thing. It gives you either more KP after winning a battle, or it can give you more bravery, or it can make your attacks do more damage, stuff like that. But we're not going to really be able to see the fruits of that, considering my characters are so over-leveled that we're actually in negative KP. So, if you have some bonus KP to work with, you can use those to go to the shops and buy some new items. Man, Lightning, this is annoying. It's like, what should we do, Lightning? Think about game mechanics. Game mechanics, game mechanics. EX mode. Yeah, I already messed up Lightning's EX mode in the last update. So you're not going to be seeing it here. Considering Lightning's too overleveled, I never really pick up that many EX spheres. And Vaughn actually asked a very legitimate question. Where do those flower petals come from, Lightning? You're just not going to answer that? It's because she's a beautiful rose that needs to be protected. Ugh.
Dissidia. Have some more. Dodge this. Have some more. Who are you watching?
Yeah, a lot of fights can be ended like this. Just using Crushing Gale or just either using her Crushing attack or Razor Gale. They're pretty good moves. Again, she's a little over-leveled, so fights generally just kind of end right when they begin. My apologies if that makes things a little boring, but I'm trying to expedite a few of the fights. Some people probably want to just watch the story or listen to the music or you know. But eventually, don't you worry, the fights aren't all going to be complete cakewalks. Eventually the fights are going to get pretty even one-sided to the enemy's favor. I'm going to try my best to fight off enemies that are like at level 120. But I just figured nobody really wants to watch level grinding unless they're looking for ways to properly level up their characters. But here, I can give you a tip for properly leveling up your characters. Again, when you start up the game, it'll ask you, like, what day do you want to play the most? Just pick whatever day you like the most. I picked Saturday. Play on that day or adjust your game's internal clock to that day. Get to the Fat Chocobo game plan to where it gives you, like, extra items. Where it gives you EXP items. And then, whenever you do that, take whatever character you like the most. They could be whatever level. And fight Gabronth, if you've unlocked him. Gabronth is the main antagonist from Final Fantasy XII. Or at least he's one of them. And just fight him. Use bravery attacks. Hit him as many times as you can with HP attacks. Because you'll get a ton of experience. And you want to know the best part of that is? Gabronth has a very interesting combat mechanic. In that he can't use any HP attacks whenever the fight starts off. The only way he can actually like kill you is if he gets to EX mode, which as long as you just keep hammering away, he won't be able to do it because he has to charge his EX mode. Oh, and also if I didn't mention this before, set him up to max level, to like level 100. Set him up to max level and then just start going to town and kicking his ass. You might die because he might get you into a chase battle and he might hit you there, or he might have an assist attack that'll just kill you. But, hey, it's a decent way to level grind, I've found. Then again, Gabronth might not be immediately unlockable for, like, new players. I've heard, like, I've heard fighting X-Death, the main antagonist from Final Fantasy V, is a good way to generate EXP. So, you know, maybe do that. Then again, I'm not the guy you ask for level grinding tips. I'm just throwing my 2 cents.
What are those things?
They look like carbon copies of us, too.
Except they're all crystally.
Thanks for the inside perspective.
You asked!
This is getting us nowhere. They just keep coming and coming.
Mannequins. A never-ending pool of reinforcements. What good is having Cosmos' power if we can't even make it out of here to use it?
Well, well.
Hey, it's Kuja and Kefka.
Warriors marching straight into my arms of their own accord.
You want to redo that line there, buddy?
Been a while since we've seen anything but puppets.
Really? Could it be you're out of style?
Oh, Kefka's cool.
Poor dears. I mean, turn around. mannequins waiting for a chance to play.
Oh no.
Dave Wittenberg really does pretty well as Kefka. I like his Kefka.
You guys deal with the others behind us.
Very evil and crazy.
Yes, ma'am. You just leave your escape route to me.
Light, if things look bad, get out.
She's fighting Kefka and Kuja.
Well, Kujiku, it looks
Kujiku.
like now's the time for you to show us what you can do. There's only one of them, too, you know. This is your chance to shine. Will you not stop talking? It gives me a headache every time you open that mouth.
Look at Kefka.
Now! I do not take orders or cues from you, Kefka. I will engage them when I choose and how I choose. Fine, whatever. I'll just shut up and watch you do your thing, okay? Just get on with the showing me that you can actually put up a fight part already!
I like Kefka's movements here.
No
He's just so fucking stupid and
No
goofy.
choice now but to fulfill your destiny and fall.
Ooh, nice. She has no witty retort to that? Okay. You know, I like Kefka, and, you know, Kuja's okay, but they're a little under level compared to me.
Oh, I'll show you how lightning strikes. Stay down. Who are you watching?
Yeah. There's your antagonist of FF9, just down.
I did what I had to do.
And Kuja was kind of cool. I don't really... Kuja kind of confused me, because I originally thought Kuja was a girl.
Lost, didn't he?
The thong did not help.
Place. Completely pathetic. Don't sweat it. A little thing like that's not going to be the end of you.
Kefka don't give a fuck.
Rebellious phase of yours, though. The next time you fight, it'll be study time all over again. Oh, what kind of deliciously depraved memories should I fill you up with this time around? What? You're still here?
You let your friend die? You're not very different from the mannequins.
You really think Kefka has friends?
You're still standing now. Shouldn't you be kissing my boots in appreciation?
How dare you?
Besides, it's not like he's really gonna die from that. Let him be. He'll be back.
He's not dead?
Yeah, you suck at your job.
Now, don't you go prying into that. Even if I went to the trouble of explaining, you'd just forget. Well, it's been lovely, but being me doesn't mean I'm free. Goodbye!
Bye, Kefka.
What in the world was that about?
This is a guy who caused the fucking apocalypse and poisoned a town just because, I can. Because he's evil. Because Kefka is just evil. He doesn't care. In fact, he does care, and he just loves it. He loves being evil. Hey, look, Moogles. I like these Moogles because they're adorable, and they don't say Koopo as much as, like, most of the Moogles nowadays. See? Not a single Koopo in that entire sentence. See, because they had their... See, now I'm convinced that saying the word Koopo is just a tick. And Moogles can control it through a lot of diligence. Just most of them choose not to. And this is where you spend your KP. Your Koopo. This is what happens. This is what you can get if you're, you know, if you actually make KP because you're not over-leveled over your enemies, or you're picking fights with enemies who are way stronger than you, or you're using little bonus abilities. You'll be fine, right, Thunder Lady? Aw, Moogles are adorable. I'm trying to think, which do I like more? Chocobos, Cactuars, Moogles, or Tonberries? I gotta say, if I gotta put an order to it, from like from most liked to least liked, it'd probably be Tonberries, Cactuars, Chocobos, and then Moogles. Although, let's say that Cactuars and Chocobos are tied. Yeah, that's where it is. I just like Tonberries, I don't know why. I think they're cool. Then again, Chocobos had that really kick-ass theme song that always changes. But then again, like, Cactuars have that really goofy look and they have that little dance. I don't know. I like them all. It's not to say that I hate any of them. They're all great.
I did what I had to do. No matter how many you take down, more spring up. This is bad. Doubt they could have gotten past this many.
Are these things really that big of a problem? I mean, we're kind of just going through them pretty easy. I mean, they're pretty weak, all things considered. I mean, they're level 6 at the most. Again, I'm a little over-leveled, but still.
This ought to be easy.
Have some more! Have some more! Dodge this. Who are you watching? This is the end.
I did what I had to do.
I forgot to mention, we're not going to be seeing it in the story mode, but this game has an abundance of extras, like with costumes, extra sound clips, like character art, all that good stuff. Like, there's so many cool costumes. Like, it has Squall's Seed uniform, it has, let's see, it has Ultimicia's Edea costume, it has Tifa's Cowgirl costume. It even has Lightning's Aya Brea and her soldier costume. You know? It's got tons of costumes. There's even some DLC out there, because of course there is. Like Sephiroth's Kingdom Hearts costume. I just like how much love was obviously put into this game. Like, they just put it all in there. Some character choices aside, this game is just great. I like it.
This ought to be easy.
Stay down! Stay down! Have some more! Who are you watching? Who are you watching? This is the end.
We're still leveling up, though. Despite the fact that our opponents are like level 6 at the most, we're still leveling up pretty good. I like that little detail. Sure, you get a lot more experience from opponents who are obviously leveled higher than you, but you can still get some pretty decent experience from lower leveled ones. Provided you have enough bravery before you attack with your HP attacks.
Kane.
Hey, it's Kane!
You made it out. What about the rest of them? Vaughn, Tifa. Bartz.
Oh no!
Someone got him?
Bartz is down!
Yes.
Bartz, stay with us.
No, Bartz is one of the cool ones.
Kane, why did you?
Oh no.
What?
Damn it, he missed. Almost, Kane. Almost. So, surprise, surprise. Kane is a traitor. Because, of course, the coolest character is a traitor. Damn it. But, you know, it's not really that big of a surprise. I mean, that was his whole character story in Final Fantasy IV. Like, you didn't want to take a second look at Kane?
No choice.
Kane, what are you doing?
His name is Kane! Like, how many red flags do you need here? I love Kane. Trust me, I'm a huge fucking Kane fanboy. But at the same time, I realize, I'm not gonna have my back to the guy. You know, because he's kind of one of the well-known traitors of Final Fantasy. And also, his name is Kane. Anyway, I guess Kane just kind of knocked out Bartz, or killed him. I'm gonna say knocked out.
If it isn't our double-crossing young...
I mean, even we knew that he was a traitor. Go figure. Hey, it's X-Death.
How many friends whom you've betrayed does that
X-Death
now,
is pretty
Kane?
cool.
What?
You'd think X-Death would be a little pissed off that he didn't get to kill Bartz.
Kane!
Oh, there he goes. Oh yeah, Kane can jump. Forgot about that.
Hunting. I shall pursue him for the time being. Suit yourself.
It's Garland, voiced by Chris Sabat. Garland's so cool, especially in this game.
An army will soon sweep across the very place we stand. I needn't bother lifting my blade against the likes of you. The dolls have served their purpose better than you could know. They may have their imperfections, but they are more than capable of defeating you.
Really?
Says who?
They haven't been doing a great job so far.
Departed. You'd best enjoy what precious time you have left.
Departed? What's that supposed to mean?
It doesn't matter that Garland's plan from FF1 was fucking stupid. Garland's just a cool guy. He's a cool villain.
From which there can be no return. I suspect
because he's the avatar of chaos. Oh, and his design's so cool. Bye, Garland. You were cool. Okay, so that's Lightning's story done. So in the next update, we'll do some reports and Vaughn's story. But don't worry, we'll get to the cool characters soon enough. Alright, until then, thank you so much for watching. And I will catch you in the next update. Oh, there's another Lightning story! Damn it!